Welcome back to Houston Life. Whether you know the city by heart or maybe you're just getting acquainted with H-Town, we are highlighting a fun way to explore Houston and its literary scene.
Yeah, from the Woodlands to Third Ward and fantasy to nonfiction, discover independent bookshops all month long in the second annual Houston Bookstore Crawl. Here with more on the event, Dara Landry, founder of the Houston Independent Bookstore Crawl and co-owner of Class Bookstore. And she is joined by Teresa Kenny, owner of Village Books in the Woodlands. Ladies, welcome to you both.
Hey, thank you.
We were having a great chat during the break and saying, you know what, bookstores, they're so underrated. For people who haven't set foot into a bookstore in a while, there are so many reasons why bookstores are not only important, but it's so satisfying as readers because you have all kinds of events. Teresa, we're going to get to some of your bookstore's events, but Dara, let's start with you. How did this bookstore crawl begin?
Yeah, like all great ideas, it began in the middle of the night. I was just thinking to myself how fun it would be for the city there's so many bookstores in the city, and folks I don't think people in Houston realize how many independent bookstores they have. And so I was like, it'd be great if we created a little map. Well, Blue Willow Books was putting out a map where they all were. I was like, if we created a little trail for everybody to go on, and other cities have done it before. So I was like, if other cities can do it, Houston has to have one.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Houston deserves a book crawl.
It's given. Yes, exactly.
And Teresa, you own Village Books. That's located in the Woodlands. You're a local writer, a magazine editor, so owning a bookshop, that seems like a very, easy transition for you.
Transition, right.
How cool is it to be involved in the second annual book crawl?
Oh my gosh. We were just talking about it. It was so amazing last year, and this year is starting out even better than last year. It is just amazing. I love seeing the people come in, and people really own their bookstores. They're like, oh, this is my bookstore.
Right.
And so I'll say, well, what is your neighborhood bookstore? And they'll say, oh, well, Blue Willow is my bookstore or whatever. And they just love talking about it. And it's great to meet people from all over the region.
And talk about building community. When people are coming in, Teresa, and you're meeting people in the neighborhood, and maybe they're looking for something, or maybe they have a specific title in mind, or maybe they need your guidance. Talk to us about the feedback. I mean, what role do independent bookstores really play in our communities?
Well, and I'm sure it's the same for you. We will get books in, and I'll say, this is perfect for so-and-so,
Yep.
One of our customers, and we'll call them up, or when we see them out, because I live in the same neighborhood where my bookstore is. When I see them out, oh, I got the perfect one. I actually chased somebody into the Starbucks a few doors down, and I was like, you need to read this book, because you get to know what they love, and you get to know what interests them, and that is, especially with children, it's really fun. It's really to say, I think your child will really like this book on frogs, because he was talking about it the last time he was in.
That is so sweet.
It's just a really wonderful ability to be part of the community like that.
Agreed.
It's a love language from what you're saying, just like you feed someone, you want someone to taste your favorite meal. It's like, oh, you got to try my favorite book.
Yes.
Dara, this is the second annual one. Does that mean the first annual one was a success? Are you doing anything different, or are you sticking to the script of the first one?
Yeah, the first one was a success. Yes, short answer. It went way better than we could have even imagined. And so, it was a no-brainer. I think the city would have revolted against us if we wouldn't have brought it back. I think the bookstores were all like, oh, it's a given. We're definitely doing it again. And we brought it back bigger. We had 18 stores last year. We have 25 bookstores this year. We've extended the crawl all the way down to Galveston.
Nice.
And we have 5 brand new bookstores that were not bookstores they wouldn't even exist last year.
Wow.
And so we're super excited about that. So we've got new merch. We've got a lot of things.
I do think that's incredible, and we did just see the long list of some of the participating bookstores this year. What do you think it indicates, the fact that 5 new bookstores are on the list? Because a lot of people might say, oh, I buy everything online, or bookstores, they're kind of a thing of the past. 5 new bookstores. What does that say about people's desire to connect, not just with their community, but with books?
Yeah, I have had people come in from the bookstore crawl saying, I've been wanting to get back into reading, and this is a perfect time for me to do it. Or people, I'm moving into the community, and so I'm here the next couple weekends, and so I'm going to explore all the bookstores to find out which is mine. But bookstores really are a third place. They really are a place for community, a community hub. People, like I said before, own them. They feel a true connection to their bookstore, whichever bookstore that is. And I think with everything, people online being able to go offline and go to a book club or to a author reading or whatever it is and connect with people who love the same thing you do, because most readers are introverts. So to be able to go out there and connect with people I think is really important right now.
Derek, you're nodding your head as Teresa's saying this.
Yes.
Do you have anything to add to that?
Amen to all of that. I would like to say I've coined this phrase, and I think that Houston is in a reading renaissance. And so to hear five new bookstores opening is so exciting. Some of them are genre specific. We've got the romance only. Moss Rose has opened. We've got Dreamers, which is Latina owned, and we didn't have those bookstores last year. And so I think that the city is expanding. The city is letting it be known that they want bookstores no matter what Amazon or whatever anybody else is saying, that there is still a place for bookstores in Houston. And we're happy to be a part of that.
What I think is also very poignant for anyone who's been through a hard time in life. I mean, I know the local bookstores that I've had in my communities throughout my adult life, especially, it's a place where people go when they've had a job loss, or maybe they've had the end of a relationship. I mean, oftentimes books are what can help us not only connect with other people, but can help get us through those dark times. And I feel like now, I mean, people are going through some stuff right now.
Just a little, yeah.
I mean, I've had people, literally, I was the first person they told they had cancer.
Wow.
I have had people, they lost their job 5 minutes before, and they came, the first thought was to come into the bookstore and feel like they're part of something.
Wow.
It's just really, really important. And books are so good for your mental health and so good for stress and anxiety that it's just, I love that a literary renaissance is fabulous.
Yes.
So is your dog Oso that is sometimes
Yes.
in the store. That's a
Yes.
therapy dog too. Okay,
Yes.
Darren, tell us about the bingo card and then the bag that is featured on this year's crawl.
Absolutely. So this is your book crawl bingo card. So it's got 25 stores in it. You're going to pick one up at your local, any of the participating 25 stores. You can find it on Instagram, and you'll slide in, grab a bingo card, and every store you visit, you'll get a stamp. When you get to 10 stores, you can turn it in and enter our raffle. Anything you do on the other side of 10 stores, you get extra entries into the raffle for prizes. We've got some great prizes. And this year we added swag. We've got our cute little tote bag.
Oh, Derek.
That's a
Derek
map of Houston.
loves a tote,
I love a
guys.
tote.
So Edwin Smalling from Basket Books and Arts, he's an artist and a bookseller, created the logo and did the artwork for us. So it's all Houston booksellers that created that. And we've got our T-ball team style bookstores on the back. They're $10. You got to find them. They're limited at most of the bookstores have them still. So get out there before they're gone.
Love it.
Darren
Love
Landry,
it.
Teresa Kenny, I think it's awesome what you are doing. Thank you so much for building community and spending time with us today here on Houston Life.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, best of luck. We'll see you next year for the 3rd annual
That's right.
Book Crawl.
That's
Reminder,
right.
The Houston Independent Bookstore Crawl is happening right now. So pick up that bingo card from any of the participating stores to join the fun. For more info, you can visit the scene on section of HoustonLife.tv. Don't forget, by the way, to go see Teresa's dog at Village Books in the Woodlands. We're going to be up there.
For the reading renaissance.
There you go.